Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect. Today, we're going to be doing the Raccoon deck profile. This was a very fun deck to play, and if you guys would like to see some awesome games, they're definitely down below in the playlist. This deck has a lot of good aspects to it. I want to say the best thing is that the way it maintains board presence by setting monsters on the field, you really wouldn't think that that would be a popular thing, but since this is how the deck operates and it does it so well, it doesn't even feel like you're doing it. So let's get down to the deck profile. 3 copies of Pojo. Pojo sets up your beast monster to face down defense position. I apologize. More than likely, it's going to be Tan in face down defense position. Tan in turn gets you any level 2 beast monster from your deck. Then you can go off from there, trigger effects or whatever you guys can do. Pojo is just a really good card. Next. This card is highly controversial. I run 3 because it's instant access to a level 5 synchro. Now, I would drop it down to 2 and probably run another good level 2 beast, but as of right now, I can't think of a single reason why I would. Access to any level 5 synchro monster, or any good level 5 synchro monster in the game, is pretty good, and it's just a hardly dead card. 3 copies of Tan. Tan is the second card of your Raccoon combo. When it's flip face up, you get the special summon a level 2 beast monster from your deck. Really good, helps you trigger off a lot of your effects. I have no idea how to say this name. Calistosa, mythical beast of the forest. I run 2 copies of it. Biggest reason why I run 2 copies is that it's an Earth Beast level 2. That's really the hugest thing I want to talk about that card. The next thing is that if it is special summoned by a beast monster, you get to pop a card on the field. So I think that that's extremely good right there in that terms. The next thing is that it helps with your combos. It helps go off when it's special summoned by Tan. I definitely would play a lower number, or I wouldn't play a higher number than 2. I apologize, just because I don't want to draw this card. 1 copy of Wind Up Kitten. I was testing 2 copies of Wind Up Kitten, and it was going pretty well. If at most, you probably will want to debate switching these 2 out, because it goes hand in hand. This one destroys cards, and when I mean cards, I mean cards. It's often dead in your hand. Kitten is not dead in your hand, but it requires a summon wasted up, and it only can get rid of Synchros and X-Seeds permanently. Wind Up Kitten's a really good card, though. I think that, man, you don't really want to special summon it off of Tan during your opponent's turn, because then they'll just run it over. As opposed to Kenosha, you get to destroy a card on the field. But Wind Up Kitten does have its properties that make it really good. 1 copy of Elephant. Elephant, biggest priority reason in this deck is that it's a level 2 tuner beast monster, special summoned by Tan and Obedient Schooled. The next purpose that it serves is if you ever do get its effect off, it's probably going to help you a lot. It's not really a bad card at all. 1 copy of Key Mouse. Key Mouse is in there because it helps us set up Notoria Beast. It is one of our only ways we can do, or we have to make Notoria Beast, just because it's a level 1 beast tuner. It's special summoned by Obedient School, so it opens up a first turn Nat Beast play. 1 copy of Magmole. Now, I saw somebody running this card and I was like, why does he run that? And after reading its effect, it's technically a floater. If it's destroyed, you get to special summon it. That's amazing. So it's not a complete useless card when you draw it, unlike the Key Mouse and Elephant and Kenosha. It's a nice little floater card. It's still a level 2 beast monster that fits the requirements, and I think it's a pretty decent card. 1 copy of Tree Otter. Plays with Tree Otter are sick. Being able to grant any of your monsters 1,000 attack, then go into Sendeyu. Sendeyu copies the monster that has 1,000 attack to get even stronger. Sometimes you just need Tree Otter to be your beater in the deck, because all of your monsters, I think my strongest monster that's a beast attack is like 800. So yeah, he's going to be the beater of the deck. The reason why we get over a lot of cards, and I know it sounds funny because he's 1,200 and I can go to 2,200 and that's not really much, but he really helps out in a lot of tight situations. 1 copy of Beast King Barbaros. Barbaros is a very interesting card. There are times where you have 3 monsters in the field and you want to tribute summon Barbaros, and that's probably like the best reason why we run Barbaros in here. If you activate Obedient School, you special summon 3 beast monsters, you trip it for Beast King Barbos, congratulations. You have a 2-card Raigeki and Harpy's Feather Duster all in one card, and it serves as a 3,000 attack monster. That is amazing. The only reason why I ran 1 is because of consistency issues. Oftentimes when you draw Obedient School, you want to go with normal plays with it, like normal people, and then other times when you do have 3 monsters, you don't really want to tribute them necessarily. So when you do get the combo off, it's amazing. If all those fails, Beast King Barbos is 1900 beater. It's a really good card. 1 copy of Thunder King Ryle. I shouldn't talk about this card. This card's just nothing less of amazing. 2 copies of Effect Veiler. Monster Effect Negation is heavy in Tier 2 decks like this because sometimes the only thing that separates Tier 1 decks and Tier 2 decks is that Tier 2 decks really can't stop monster effects. So I added 2 copies of Effect Veiler as well as 3 copies of Fiendish Chain to help keep up and lower that, you know, that tier between this deck and the Tier 1s. 3 copies of Obedient School. That's staple. Special summon your beast monsters from deck. Go into your Natty Beast. If you have a beast in hand, you can go to double Sendeyu. 2 copies of Ayers Rock. Now, I was going to run 3 of this card, but then I realized you only can use once per turn, and then that was a drag. Secondly, it's a really good card, but I'm tight for space, and I'd rather have cards that can work in conjunction with each other on the same turn. But Ayers Rock is practically our Monster Reborn. Its second effect is amazing, especially in the late game, decreasing all your opponent's monsters by 200 attack for every Beast Warrior and Winged Beast, I believe. Or Plant, Beast, and Beast, whatever, it doesn't matter. It decreases your opponent's monster's attack by 200 for every Beast monster in our graveyard, because that's what we're running. It's a really good card. I really think that it shouldn't be underestimated. Book of Moon, Triple Typhoon, and Reinforcement of the Army. That'll just basically sum up the staples. Now for traps, 3 Chain, Effect Negation, Deep Prisons, they're superior to Mirror Force. Blackhorn of Heaven, stopping all those Xyzs and Synchro Summons. Solemn, Bottomless, Compulse. And that's going to sum up our trap lineup. Now on to the extra deck. Gachi Gachi and Tetsu. You're not really going to summon this card a lot, but you're going to need it one day. And you're going to regret if you don't play it and you're going to need it. Daigusto Phoenix. Same thing with Gachi Gachi. 3 copy of Sendeyu. This is the last Raccoon that we have. It is the star of the deck. There's just so many amazing thing that this card can do. I've actually made Naturia Beast just off of tokens with this card. Detaching a monster, special summoning, or detaching a material, special summoning monster with the highest attack on the board. Typically we have something just to boost our the token on the field a little stronger than the monster that it's copying if we're going against it. 2 of these make a lock where your opponent basically can't attack you or win the game. It is our win condition of the deck. Mizberg Colossus, there will be times where you can go into it and just reduce your opponent's monsters to 0 and keep doing what you're doing. Belmonk, it's a pretty good card. I don't run Armory Arm because the cards that you equip with Armory Arm are level 2 beast monsters. This is going to recruit your level 2 beast monsters that were destroyed. I prefer this one. 1 Nat Beast, Spell Negation, it's so easy for us to make it. One of the star synchros in our deck. This is also another win condition. You special summon this when you have a token on the field that has X amount of attack. More than likely it's going to be at least 2,000. So Junk Warrior becomes a 4,300 beater off of a 1-card Junk Synchron. And you guys wonder why I run Junk Synchron in 3s. This card's amazing. Armadas, saying no to your opponent. Basically, that's when you need that last push or when you're trying to get over stuff like the hands or Murmur Abysslin. HTS Sahemoth, amazing spot removal that doesn't target. Noble Knights are a pain, and this is typically what I want to go into, especially when they have that 1 Noble Knight monster equipped with all this. Just go into this and ram into it, and then you practically win the game from there. Barkion, for some reason he's a dragon. I feel like he should be a beast, so I can make him first turn with Obedient School if I have to, but I guess Konami wanted to make him a dragon. Still, Trap Negation is important. Black Rose, blowing up the field is obvious. Stardust, Sparky. And ironically, I've summoned this card a lot. Leo. Leo is amazing, and it's a beast. Now we're going to go on to the extra deck. Or, I'm sorry, the side deck. I'm running 2 copies of DD Crow. I hate Mermel. I don't like Bujin. I don't like anything that loves the graveyard. I don't like you, DD Crow, you. Go away. Effect Veiler, more effect negation. This card actually comes in handy in so many situations just because it helps us out at the same time. It gives our Sindeu enough tact just to beat over anything we need. On top of that, it locks Madolches and other field spell reliant decks out of their field spell. So I really like this card a lot. One copy of Needle Sealing. No to the spam decks that like to swarm. I tend to side this in when I have a trap card that I feel that isn't best and I need to side out. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror, no Bujin, no Lightsworn. Soul Drain, F Mermail. 2 copies of Debunk, more Bujin, Lightsworn, Mermail, whatever you want, hate. 2 copies of Mistake. A lot of people like to mainboard them. It's so many diverse decks. This format, I feel that Mistake is better off left in the sideboard. Don't get me wrong, Mistake is still an amazing card, and if the meta was so relevant on searching, then I'd probably be mainboarding Mistakes. But right now, I don't think that it's amazing. Fire Fist aren't tier 1 anymore, so Mistakes, I'd rather have them in the sideboard. And then last would be 2 copies of Dust Tornado. That's about it. That is the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this deck profile as much as I enjoyed doing it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.